Welcome, everybody, and welcome to our podcast here on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us today. Today, we are going to be talking about the solar panel business. We're going to be talking about customers. There's a lot of things we're going to be talking about today when it comes to this industry. And one of the things is we're going to tell you the ugly truth about solar panel cleaning, the solar panel cleaning business, what to expect, what not to expect, what customers should know, what customers don't know. There's a lot of information that we're going to be giving out. So if you guys have questions, feel free to go ahead and just put them right there in chat, and that way we're able to read those questions off and kind of go from there. And welcome there, Top G Solar Cleaning. Yes, you are super early, or you were super early, but no problem. Glad to have you on the podcast. And so this is Susan. I'm Henry. And so we're going to be talking about the ugly truth about solar panel cleaning. Now, when I talk about that, I'm talking about customer education, what customers know, what customers don't know, what customers don't expect. So that's going to be the first thing that we talk about on that is a customer's point of view. And so a lot of customers don't know that their solar panels need to be cleaned in order to get 100% production coming out of their solar panels. And that was one of the biggest things that we were talking about this week, was because we were getting customers, a lot of customers that are still telling us they didn't know that solar panels needed to be cleaned in order to get 100% production. Nobody told them that. And that's one of the biggest things is when you get the solar companies out there, they're only there for one reason. They're there to sell you a system. They don't care what it takes. They're going to go out there and get that system and try to sell it to you. And one of the biggest things is not telling people that there is maintenance that is required when it comes to solar panel cleaning. Do you agree? Mm-hmm. And so, we get this all the time. People come up to us and say, "Hey, I didn't know solar panels needed to be cleaned," um, and or they only needed to be cleaned in the summer. And one of the biggest things I like to educate people on is we get these cleaned every 6 months for residential, so it should be at least twice a year. I'm going to be putting out some videos, as a matter of fact, of some really nasty solar panels that haven't been cleaned in a long time. Show you the before, the after, what the difference is, and so we like to let people know and let people be informed of that. And then on the second part of that, we're going to be talking about the business in general. How are you going to survive in this business? Because it's a seasonal business. So a lot of you guys are getting into the solar panel cleaning side of it, but not realizing that is only part time. This is like a summer thing for a lot of you people, or a weekend, or a just something that maybe after work you guys are doing solar panel cleaning. Now we got to ask these questions: are you charging enough? Are you charging too little? Are you charging too much? How are you marketing your business? Are you getting phone calls? It's getting hotter now. There's a lot more people calling. We are getting a lot busier now. And so, we're booking them 2 weeks out right now, just in our area. And we're all over the place. Today, we went to Cathedral City by Palm Springs. And then where was the other one at? Beaumont. We went to Beaumont and did some bird proofing up in Beaumont, did some solar panel cleaning at 8 o'clock in the morning.
We were in Cathedral City.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cathedral City.
Trying to beat the heat out there.
Trying to beat the heat didn't work.
No. It was 80 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning.
At 8 o'clock in the morning, and we just happened to be cleaning some solar panels, and the neighbor next to us wanted theirs clean also, so we picked up another customer just by go out there cleaning the neighbors, and so people they realize that they need to be clean for summer, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about why you should have your solar panels clean all year round. And so you want to have your solar panels cleaned all year round because you want the best production out of these solar panels. A lot of people have not cleaned their solar panels in years. So they're losing a lot of money. A lot of money is on the table and they're not picking it up. And it's funny because we can go out there and we can clean solar panels, and at the end, when it's all said and done, what's their attitude? They're like, wow, and even like this morning, we told the lady, we said, look, you are the only one that has blue solar panels. Everybody else has brown solar panels. And they were dusty, they were dirty. And when we got done with her, we were comfortable enough to sit there and say,
well, we showed her when Henry was up there. Henry only cleaned 2 out of the 3 panels on one array, and he showed her the difference between the 2, and she was surprised of how dirty
the panels were. And we basically told her, you're going to be producing 100% of productivity out of these panels, barring nothing wrong with the panel itself. And so, we feel confident saying that because we clean them like brand new. So when we go out there and clean these solar panels, we explain to the customer, and we let the customers know that you got very good production coming out of these solar panels now. And keep them that way. And if you keep them that way, you're going to find out that you're going to be paying less or getting more money back at the end of the year. So we want to make sure that customers do know that. Anything you want to add to that?
No, it's just all about educating. And there was a neighbor across the street that they were talking to, and we walked over there and talked to her about getting them cleaned. And so they had just moved in, so they weren't ready just yet
because they were literally just moving in. So, but we did give them our business card and said, give us a call when you're ready, and go from there. We expanded our hours, as a matter of fact, so we're starting earlier now and finishing up later. And as you guys can see in my eyes, I'm pretty tired.
We're not finishing too late. What he means by that is we're trying to because it's summertime, we want to start early so that we can beat the heat.
It's not that we're finishing too late. We make ourselves available.
Phone
calls wise till late. And there's some of you guys out here that are open 24 hours, and that is a no-no, a big no-no in Google's eyes. Google does not like the fact, especially Google My Business, that you are not a store that is open 24 hours. You're not AM, PM. You're not Circle K. You're not any of these companies that 7-Eleven that stay open 24 hours. And, if somebody was to call you at 3 o'clock in the morning and you don't answer your phone, and if it's through Google, you're probably hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself. And you're not doing a justice to a customer by sitting there saying, I'm open 24 hours, because customers will call you if you show that you're open 24 hours, and they're going to be really upset that they have to leave a voicemail and what have you. And if you are planning to get into the solar panel industry, You got to be answering your phone as often as you can. That's just the bottom line. Um, just because you go on vacation doesn't mean that your business is closed. Unless you go out there and you put it as closed on Google or any other platform, um, you can go out there and say that you're closed, okay, for the holidays and not answer the phone. But um, a lot of people will, if they see that you're open and they call you and you don't answer your phone, that can hurt you even more when it comes to that. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Really appreciate that.
But if you're in the middle of something important that you're doing, and obviously you can't answer your phone because if you have families, you have to take care of the kids or what have you, then they can leave a message or text you. Give them something so that they can get in touch with you and reassure them that you'll get back to them when you can.
Right. That's a good point. So a lot of customers are not educated, and we are finding out now that there are people that are asking for insurance, copies of the insurance now. So we know that, wow, okay, what I preached on here is working, because there are there are people that are asking for a lot of stuff now that they didn't ask for last year. So there are a lot of people that are getting educated. They're starting to find out and do searches and searching out how to clean solar panels, how to do bird proofing, how to do all that. And a lot of them are taking some very good advice out there when it comes to hiring the right people. Now, we don't get 100% of our customers or of customers that call us. We definitely don't. There are guys out there that will say, you know what, we're going to go shop around and what have you. Um, we've been finding out there's a lot of people trying to figure out our prices. There's guys that are calling us and asking how much we charge and what have you. And we're for bird proofing, especially for bird proofing. Um, and we're pretty smart. So if you have a business in solar panel cleaning and you offer bird proofing, do yourself a favor and always look up the address before you give out prices to that person that is calling you, and or set up an appointment to go out there and give them an accurate bid. Okay, you will save yourself a lot of trouble from your competition. We know our competition is out there. We have a lot of people here in Southern California now trying to do bird proofing. There are some good jobs and there are some horrible jobs where we're going back out there because the customer says the pigeons are still there and we're cleaning up the mess and we're going out there and redoing a lot of the work. So if you're in the solar panel industry and somebody calls you for bird proofing, I highly suggest that you get an address, you look it up, you make sure it's a legit call, because there are a lot of guys out there that are just calling and going, hey, what do you charge per panel? I had one person call me yesterday from a solar company. He told me he was from a solar company. And he says, we charge $9 per panel for bird proofing. Well, let's do the math. You go out there and you bird proof a 2-story house with 10 panels, and they're charging $9 per panel. That's $90. That doesn't even cover your material. And and when I said, excuse me, how much are you charging? And he said $9 per panel. I was like, I'll hire you all day long, because you'll be out there in 100-degree weather doing bird proofing for me, and I'll make sure you get it done and get it done right. And I will pay you $90 for bird proofing, because I charge a hell of a lot more than that. And we're in the business to give a service, and we're also in the business to make money. And so we go out there and we um, make money off of every single job if we can. And I always tell them, we are not the cheapest out here, but we are the best. When it comes to solar panel cleaning, when it comes to bird proofing, I am confident enough to where I can go out there and get the job done and not go back to that customer for any type of, you know, birds getting underneath or what have you. That's how confident I am when it comes to bird proofing and taking care of the customer the first time uh, and so forth. So, anything you have to add on that?
Just be safe out there when it's so hot, because we've experienced that today, and we made sure that we're very hydrated, long sleeve, if you need to, sunblock, hats.
Absolutely.
Make sure.
And then this is why you should be charging what you're worth, okay? Because don't be afraid to have somebody tell you, no, it's okay, I'll go look for somebody else. Don't be afraid of that. It's you out there working in 100-degree weather plus in
Especially
some areas.
in Phoenix, Arizona, or
Arizona in
or
general.
Las
In
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Tara Lynn would know.
It's all getting hot now, and you guys got to start way earlier. We started at 5:45 this morning. We started at 5:45 this morning. We were out the door at 5:45 this morning, and so we didn't get home till late. But they're long hours now because we're getting so many calls. And we get calls, and we're still getting calls, still booking them. We just booked one less than an hour ago. Less than a half an hour ago, we booked one. And so people are going to start calling you because they think, well, it's just summertime, and now it's time to get the solar panels clean.
And customers know that it's getting warm, and a lot of them say, you know what, you can start earlier if you want. I know it's getting hot, so they actually let you know, hey, you can start early. So just keep that in mind, especially in the areas that get super hot.
Get really, really hot. And for those of you guys out there that are in those areas, be real careful. Get out there and get out there early.
Because you were on the roof in Cathedral City, so how hot do you think it was when you're up there?
Oh, I was sweating. I mean, it was over 100 degrees. And as it was swinging more towards 9 o'clock, because I was doing 2 houses, I drank a lot of water, and it was getting warm. It was getting hot extremely fast. And then right after that, we had bird proofing that we had to go do. So,
and take advantage of using the water on where the hose is, the customer's
the
house.
spigot, yeah.
And just water yourself down. We're at a customer's house that had a pool, and we just splashed water on our faces, on our heads.
That was some bird proofing that we did, and stuff. So it's getting to that point. And I said this a long time ago. We had a very wet winter. There was a lot of growth. There's more pigeons out there. There's more breeding going on. There's more bird proofing that is happening now. There's more solar panel cleaning that's going to be going on. And mark my words, when the fires start here in Southern California, smoke is not a solar panel's best friend. Let me repeat that. Smoke is not a solar panel's best friend. You will be back out there because they will be drenched in smoke and ash, and that film will come on. And once that happens, their production is going to go way down. It happens every single year. And when we had the fires last year, I couldn't tell you how many phone calls we got right after that, because People look at their apps and they're paying attention to their usage, and all of a sudden their productivity on their solar panels went from here to just drop. And that was because of the fires. That was because of all the smoke and the ash that was in the air. And if you see any of that on your cars, then you pretty much are going to have it on your solar panels. And that is the worst thing for solar panels. And that will affect solar panels tremendously by having smoke. And I always tell my customers, look, if there's fires nearby and you need to get our services earlier, don't hesitate to give us a call because we'll be back out there cleaning them up because we already know. So, yep.
Yeah.
All right. Also,
Oh, we had a customer ask when we were going to Beaumont, when we called him to let him know we're on our way. He asked, he told us that the power went out and if we can still do the job. We said, yes, we can still do the job even though the power is out in the house.
Yeah, because he was thinking that, for some reason, the solar panels were going to be shut off, and we had to reassure him that solar panels are getting the energy from rays from the sun, and they're still producing. They're still out there creating that energy. The only difference is it's not going back into the grid itself unless it has some backup batteries or something else like that to where it's able to do that. But they had a small outage.
One of the customers, the first customer we went to Cathedral City, had a collagen tank, and they had soft water.
Oh,
remember the first house we went to?
A collagen tank?
The collagen tank in their garage.
Culligan.
Culligan. Yeah, Culligan. Sorry.
Culligan tank.
Culligan tank. You guys know what I mean.
It was soft water, and we were able to get into that and use that. And so we were out at Mark's yesterday. We were switching out some tanks and stuff, and so the tanks were done after 4 months, a little over 4 months, and finally they started increasing. So we had to get them switched out.
Speaking of which, how important it is to change the motor with the oil and when to turn it start.
The generator. The power washer, we also looked at the oil, and you always want to check, your skid. You always check your power washer, your pump, make sure that you change the oil in that and the fluids, and make sure that just your equipment is up to date. And that was one of the things that we did yesterday too, is we changed our tanks out. We changed the oil out. We changed the fluid from the pump. It has to be clear. And she learned something new. It being black and stuff doesn't help. So, and that's just pump. And we're talking about the Viper pump that we actually had. And so when she looked at the new fluid that came in, it was a totally different color. And she was like, wow, I didn't know it had to be clear. I said, yeah, it did. But we've been working so much that I haven't had time to go out there and change it. So, but it's always good to go out and look at stuff like that. Let's say hi to a few people. If you guys have questions, ask. I mean, this is why we're here. Ask us, and we'll answer the questions the best of our ability that we can. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's marketing, doesn't matter if it's bookings, or you name it. Just ask, and if we can answer it, we will. What's up there, Top G Cleaning LLC? I guess I'm super early. And Tara Lynn says hello, Henry and Susan. Spotless Solar Experts, what's up? Don't forget to give us and smash that like button, guys. Don't wait for the last minute to smash that like button. What's up there, Pain and Panels Pro Cleaning? Thank you for being a super duper fan. You've been a super duper fan for a long time. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all our super duper fans out there. And thank you guys for investing in us and we try to give back and what have you. So Paint and Panel says, good evening, Susan, Henry, and everyone.
Octavius.
Octavius here in Imperial, California. What's up there? Curtis Robinson. I'm here at work listening to you, Henry and Susan. What? Don't get fired, whatever you do, by listening to us. What's up there, Top G Solar Cleaning? What's the easiest way to clean the gutters that are filled with pigeon poop? I've been manually scooping it out because I figure pressure washing it out or using a air blower could cause much of a headache, probably a mess. Yeah, you're right. The first thing that you want to, okay, so what I like to do is I will inspect the panels while I'm doing bird proofing. And if the panels I'm sorry, not the panels, but the gutters, I will inspect the gutters. If the gutters are full, um, there you go. Take that call. Um, if the gutters are actually full, we tell the customer that we do that as an upcharge, because if it's been there for a long time, um, then you can either do one or two things. You can inspect it, make sure that you go out there and take a look at your bird proofing, give a quote, and if those gutters are full, charge them for it, because a lot of that has to be taken out. And if you have a scooper that you can use, get a small little trash bin, put some plastic or garbage bags around it, scoop as much as you can up, and to get it out, and that will save you from a big mess. Or if you put a tarp down on the bottom, it catches a lot of that. But that is probably the easiest way. And then when it's all scooped out, all done, if you want to pressure wash, I would probably use a white tip or a yellow tip to pressure wash the gutters. Nothing more than that, because you don't want to damage the gutters whatsoever. And that's just to clean them off, to make sure it's all good, there's no blockage, what have you. And you can do that. That's probably the best thing for you to do. That's a great question there, Top G. So hopefully I answered that for you. Quentin Ashton, what's up there, Quentin? Ashton Solar Panel Cleaning here. Hey guys, what's happening? What's going on there, Adam Clint? Adam Clint, I just did a job today. Customer hasn't had them clean in 4 years. Yeah, of course. And these are some of the things, Adam, that we find out all the time. We when we book a call, the first thing that I basically will ask them is, when was the last time you had your solar panels cleaned? And if they told me over 6 months, I'm going to let them know that, hey, I'm going to go out there and clean your solar panels. And I'm going to clean them several times for you to make sure they're brand new when I'm done. And I'm confident enough to say that because I have the machinery for it, and I can get up there and clean solar panels, maybe 50 panels in about 15 minutes. So it doesn't take very long, and that's just me going one or two passes on that, and then I'll do a little extra and make sure that they're all super clean and everything when I'm done. So if I have to spend a little bit more time on it, I will. But I'm definitely charging the customer for the cleaning itself. Like I said, we're not the cheapest, but we are the best when it comes to our area and cleaning solar panels, and I'm confident about that. So I bet that was a lot of work. I don't know what you're using, Adam, if you're using a water fed pole or not, but when you're out there in the heat and you're doing this and you're back and forth, it's going to get old really quick. So you got to charge what you're worth, and you'll be all right. UV Protect Solar Cleaning Contractors, what's happening? They say hello. Spotless Solar Experts. Last week I had a customer call me, but they got the panels 10 years ago and never had them cleaned. We scheduled them for a cleaning, and they love the results of the before and after. I could imagine what solar panels look like after 10 years of them not being clean. Now, get this, and this is for customers, and this is for people in the solar panel industry. Didn't it just rain 2 months ago? Didn't it just rain a month ago in a lot of areas? So shouldn't that rain have cleaned those solar panels even after 10 years? Shouldn't it have been fine? I want you to chime in on that. Just go ahead and just put it in there. I want you to tell me your feedback on, did the rain actually clean the solar panels for your customers if you're a solar panel cleaner out there, and if you're a customer, what color are your solar panels? Are they brown, or are they blue or black? Tell me what they are. Let me know. Just put it in the chat, and I would love to figure out how many of you are going out there and just getting the knowledge and education when it comes to cleaning solar panels, or even thinking about getting your solar panels clean, because that's one of the things that is a real it's a no in this industry. People are not educated when it comes to residential. Now, when it comes to commercial, that's a whole different thing, because commercial has lots of solar panels. They can have 1,000 solar panels, 5,000 solar panels, but they're always monitored. So there's companies out there that will monitor them, and they will know whether those solar panels need to be cleaned. Um, they need to be cleaned. So, um, but great question. I'm glad that they love the results from the before and after, and you're able to send them the before pictures and the after pictures. That always helps, and what have you. Rusty Baker, what's happening, Rusty Baker? There's a lot of you guys out here that are brand new to my channel. Thank you guys. This is the first time I'm reading this. Question on ladders. What ladder do you typically use when transitioning from the first story roof to the second story on tile? We just did a video on that, guys, on the 3 ladders. It's a short on my YouTube video, and I have different types of ladders, and I tell you which ones to use. You want to use something like a little giant, that the feet are a little wider. You don't want to use a telescopic pole, for the second story. You want to just use that just for the first story. And you always want to tie down and make sure that you have your ladder safety strap with you. And if you guys don't know what that is, I will leave it in the description, and you can purchase the ladder safety strap. We have several of them. It is will save your life if that ladder tends to sway to the left, to the right, or even back. And safety, safety, safety.
Oh, did you help these kids?
Man, I've been helping every single one. So
Tara Lynn,
go
triple
ahead.
digits.
What?
Wow. Triple digits in Vegas.
Okay.
That's not good.
So Rusty, we have a video on that. Take a look at it, my man. And it's on our short on my YouTube channel. And we just recently did that, a week ago? Not even a week ago on that.
He has his 3 ladders that he used for that job.
Yeah, the 3 ladders, 28 footer, a 22 footer, and a 18-foot ladder that we use. The Super Clean Brothers from Arizona. Hello, what's up there, Henry and
Must
Susan?
Be really hot up there.
Man, I know you're
I feel
cooking.
for you guys.
Yep. Tell you what, you better go to that store and get a lot of water before you start work. Buckley Hereford. I install pool solar and PV solar here in San Diego. It is starting to get cooking on the roof. Installed in Palm Desert a couple of weeks ago. It was over 100 degrees, but much hotter on the roof. Yeah.
Bucky, what is pool solar? What is that?
Well, let's see if he responds to that. Pool solar.
I've never heard of that.
PV pool solar. Yeah.
I'm curious. What is that?
I'll let him explain that. Tara Lynn Lewis says, yes, ma'am. Las Vegas, we ate, stayed hydrated, long sleeves, hats, and off to the roof when it reaches triple digits, because if it's 98 degrees, it is hot. As blank,
Very
blank,
hot.
blank on the roof.
Extremely hot.
Yes, it is hot. The pigeons are underneath the panels trying to stay cool. That's what they're doing. Paint and panel pro cleaning says, remember your inline water filters too. Yes, for those of you that have those type of systems, what have you. Pablo,
how do you bird proof?
Man, that's a whole segment. that right there, you can't explain how to. I have over 400 videos just here on YouTube explaining bird proofing, solar panel cleaning, and other stuff. Pablo, check out my videos if you're brand new to our channel.
Well, how about give an example of like what you did today? Because that was only 8 panels.
Okay, what about it?
How did you bird proof that? Just quick little tips.
Quick little tips. I have a video on that I'm going to be putting out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's asking right now.
Well, you got to have the right material, Pablo, since you're putting me on the spot here and Susan's just, my ears burning over here. Look, there's a right way to do solar, bird proofing. There's some people that will go out here and use chicken wire, and they'll use the cheap stuff, and we go out and we have to replace that. We have bird proofing material that we can give out a 10-year warranty on. So we give our customers a 10-year warranty. Also, we have a spray that we use to deter the pigeons after bird proofing that keeps the pigeons off the solar panels. That does a really, really good job. I don't share that information to my competitors because that's my advantage here in LA, from other people. So I won't share that chemical, but it's actually really, really good, and it keeps those pigeons away. They don't come back.
What kind of clippers do you use?
Clippers
to cut the mesh.
Oh, the wire cutters. Oh, I use wire cutters. I can use 6-inch, 9-inch wire cutters for that. I use different types of clips. I'll use aluminum clips, and I will use stainless steel clips and nylon clips. So that's a whole thing when it comes to that. And like I said, just take a look at my videos. If you are trying to get into the business and you want me to teach you this business, I do have a course that I do provide on Zoom only. I do not put anything in writing because people have been stealing my content. So I will guarantee you 20 hours of Zoom for one price. And
if you're starting to get into the business, take advantage of that, because Henry is very, very informative with how to get your business started.
It doesn't matter if it's marketing. I just talked to my marketing firm. I just paid another $1,500 for marketing for this month to increase the business. So for me, it's pushing it out there. There's Nextdoor, there's Yelp, there's a lot of other companies out there that you can market yourself with. Google My Business. One of the things that people don't do is they don't do their Google My Business correctly. So they don't get the phone calls that they should be getting. And this is where I'll teach you. If you're brand new, that's very, very important. So it's a matter of putting the correct keywords in there and everything else when it comes to people finding you on Google. And we always ask, how did you find us? And most people will say Google. They did a search a half an hour ago. Somebody called us and we booked the job. And the last question we asked is, how did you find us? And they said, you're on Google, you have 90 something 5-star reviews.
We have 95 5-star reviews
95. Wow.
updated. Yes.
So we just had with 3 more this week. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So we're almost at 100.
Yeah, I'd love to break that 100. So
JJG.
Go ahead and read it.
You clean panels when it's really hot. What's the temperature when you should not clean them? Tara Lynn can chime in on this one.
Well, if she was here, she could talk about it. But
or Sanad.
If they were on, they can talk about it. All right, JJG. That is a loaded question. There's a lot of people out there that are, saying, oh, you should be cleaning them, early in the morning or late at night or what have you. Now, we just told you we were cleaning solar panels in 100-degree weather today. Okay, 100-degree weather. Now, keep this in mind. We are not spraying ice cold water on these panels. They are going through our system. They are going through a 100-gallon tank. They're going through purification. I'm drawing a blank over here, but our deionized tanks. And then from that point is going through 300 feet of hose. By the time that it gets up to the panels, it's pretty warm. So you can't crack or break or any of that if the temperature is close to what it is outside. Now, if you were to go and say, I'm going to get me an ice bucket and throw them on the panels at 115-degree weather, then that's a different story. They'll shatter like no tomorrow. But most of the time when you are cleaning solar panels in 100-degree weather, 110-degree weather, it's still, the temperature outside is most likely to be in the back of your truck, the back of your van, or whatever you have. It's going to be close to it. It's going to be pretty hot or pretty warm. So solar panels will fail at a temperature around 185 degrees. And at 185 degrees, if it's that hot, there's something that's going to go on with that panel. Now, when we're cleaning, when we're cleaning solar panels, we don't worry about what time we're cleaning, because I have corporate accounts where I start at 7 o'clock in the morning and I will work until 8 o'clock at night. So if it's 110 degrees outside, guess who's working? I think I will fail before those solar panels start to crack or break or do anything or any type of damage whatsoever.
Pablo, how important is a pump for residential?
How important is a pump? I don't know what that question is, Pablo. Can you, if I'm thinking what you're trying to say is, we have a skid that we use with a pressure washer, and it has a pump to pump out the water. And then we have a 100-gallon tank that it goes into. And it's pressure washed through my C1000 brush, which takes pressure to run the C1000. So a lot of people think that just because you have a pressure washer, and we say, no, they ask, do you have a pressure washer? Yes. Well, I don't want it used on my solar panels. And a lot of times we have to explain to them it's not being used on top of your solar panels. It's being used to run our brush that is specifically made to clean solar panels. So the brush actually runs off the energy of the water being fed. Now, we have 2,000 PSI going into that brush so it can turn. But coming out of that brush onto the panels is less than a gallon per minute. So there's no pressure coming, like heavy pressure coming off that brush. This brush was made in Europe, It was used 15 years ago in Europe before it even came to the United States, and it is probably either the number one or number two used brush for solar farms, for residential, and for commercial, and for carports, you name it. This is what we use, and it works great for that. So, all right.
KSD solar panel cleaning. What's up? 25th day of rain in Maine.
Wow.
Just like to remind people, rain doesn't clean solar panels. Bring the rain over here.
25 days of rain. Wow.
That's
It's a lot of rain. Paint and Panels Pro Cleaning says my personal solar panels are black. Well, they should be if you're a solar panel cleaner. If you're a solar panel cleaner and you're not cleaning your own solar panels, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Get out there and clean your solar panels.
Steven, thanks for your help the other day, Henry.
Oh, no problem. Stephen, I talked to a lot of people, so forgive me.
He's the one who did a 3-way call with Mark.
Oh, okay. The guy in West LA. Okay, no problem. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate that. Tara Lynn Lewis, rain doesn't clean solar panels, and it doesn't rain in Las Vegas. It's not going to be raining for a long time in Las Vegas unless you have a freak storm that shoots by. That I can guarantee you it'll probably be less than a half an hour, and then you're back, back in business. Remember when it snowed?
Yes.
In Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
It was just raining, and all of a sudden it started snowing, like actual snow.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, it's snowing. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't happen in Las Vegas. And I think Tara Lynn and Jeff, you guys were gone. Mm-hmm. You guys were, I think, maybe over here in LA. I'm not sure. But Jonathan Rosario, thank you for being a super duper fan there. I was actually out this weekend, and while I was cleaning them, it literally started to downpour. The sun came out and the dirt and dried the panels. The ones I cleaned were cleaned, and the ones that I didn't remain dirty. Absolutely. Now, that's the difference between you using deionized water. It's a spot-free rinse. I clean solar panels in the rain because I love it. It's cool. It stays, you can work and you may get a little bit wet, but if you're using deionized water, that's a spot-free rinse. You think of it as you going to a car wash and you get that spot-free rinse afterwards. You pay for the full package, and then all of a sudden, it's raining, and then your car that water just drips right off, and your car's still clean. So this is why it's important to make sure that you have deionized water and use that.
MC Mole, where are you from, MC Mole?
MC Mole, what's going on? First time. There's a lot of people here for the first time, Susan.
Don't forget to click the like button.
Don't forget to click the like button on top. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We're on every Tuesdays except for next week. Next week we will.
It's 4th of July.
4th of July. We're going to give you guys a break.
Everyone's going to be celebrating with their families, barbecues.
Nobody's going to be watching us, so we're
going to be out of town.
There you go. MC Mo, I did a cleaning today. They had it for 5 years. Pollen was baked onto the panel. What is the best method to remove pollen? That is a good question. There's guys out here that will use a plastic scraper to try to get that pollen off. There's people out here that use soap that try to get pollen off. There's other stuff that is made for it. We have a stuff that we use from Chemtech. It removes cement and does a really good job on pollen, but that is like $100 a bottle for that. But there's some stuff that we use that is specifically made for the solar panels that we use, but there's other methods out there. Just depends which one you want to do. Okay. But we don't have that problem as much because we have a spinning brush, and that brush is cleaning the panels. If you use a Racenstein brush or you use a C1000, they do great work when it comes to pollen, any type of sap, um, and paint. Sometimes they'll get some of that paint off. Uh, it's just a process that you have to do that. But a spinning brush would do. If you're using something like a water fed pole with a boar's head, uh, bore brush, then that you can use that, but you're gonna have to scrub really, really hard for stuff like that. So hopefully that helps you. Rusty Baker says, thank you so much for the answer. I'll check out the video short. No problem. Yeah, we have a lot of videos out there, especially on ladders. So check them out, and you'll be able to find it. MC Mole says, piggybacking on Pablo's on bird proofing. Where do you purchase the tool to unlock the skirts? You have to be a certified person to get that. There are guys out here that are selling it on eBay. They're about $400, $500 for the ZEP tool. It's called a ZEP tool, and that will take off certain skirts out there. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Okay. If you are an installer and you know how to do that, then you should be getting it from your solar company. They provide that, but those are not easy to get. And if you do get them, they're in the neighborhood of $250 to $500. I have seen. So a lot of people want them. They try to get them and so forth. But if you're brand new to it, don't mess with it.
Abner,
what's up there, Abner? Abner says, I just started a small business in San Diego. You help me with your videos. Thank you for recording all the important things. No worries, Abner. Yeah, no worries at all.
If you have any questions, Abner, what can he do?
He can give us a call, 909-552-1381, 909-552-1381. Susan's going to go ahead and type that in and give us a call, and we'll try to help you out. And like I said, I do have classes. I do have courses. I do teach people a lot of this stuff, and go from there. JJG says, do you use 6-inch bird proofing mesh when working with the Spanish tile roof? Yes, I use 6-inch today. With the cutouts, I do the cutouts for bird proofing. You can order that directly from me, and I have 8-inch and I have 6-inch Spanish tile cutouts. So you don't need to do the cutouts. I do them for you, and I sell that. I sell all the bird mesh material. I sell a lot of the aluminum clips, the stainless steel clips. I sell all that stuff. So if you're interested, give us a call. I will send you a price list if you want, and go from there.
How do you determine when to use 8-inch and when to use 6-inch mesh?
That's a good question. Is it on Spanish tile?
Yes.
So on Spanish tile, what you want to do is you want to measure the center of the solar panel to the very top of the Spanish tile and the very bottom. So Spanish tile goes down like this, goes up, goes down like this. If you measure from the center to the very, very bottom, where the groove is, it will tell you if it's 6 inches, 4 inches, what have you. Now, most people order 8-inch. Very few people will order the 6-inch Spanish tile cutouts, because you can, if you have 6-inch and it's like this, if you're not sealed correctly, pigeons will go right underneath. If you have 8-inch and it's in an angle, it's harder for a pigeon to come back and try to push it, especially on Spanish tile. So most people will order the 8-inch on that. So, all right.
How often do you use 4-inch?
I don't use 4-inch at all. I may use 4-inch for the sides on a flat roof, but even then I use 6-inch. I don't use 4-inch because most companies will go as a 6-inch gap underneath to where they got good airflow coming underneath. So there's very few panels out there here in LA that are so down and low to the roof where it requires 4-inch. So yeah. Do you use 4-inch mesh when working? Okay. JJG says, and 4-inch on a flat roof? No, I don't use 4-inch. I use 6-inch or 8-inch. That is the most common for a flat roof, and for a Spanish tile is going to be 8-inch. And for a flat roof, if they're pretty high, you're using the 8-inch. I even sell 12-inch 12-inch mesh. So for the ones that are really, really tall, we sell 12-inch also. So hopefully that helps you out. The Panel Man LLC, what's up? Hello, Henry. Hello, what's up there, Tara Lynn? And Stefan says, your call and the three-way call helped a lot. No problem. I appreciate that. JJG says, could I connect a C1000 to a Tucker water-fed pole? No. Or would it need a gardener? No. A C1000 is proprietary. So the inside on the gooseneck, you need a gooseneck for the brush itself. If you try to modify it, you can try to do that, but the C1000 will not won't run the same. Remember, you got 2,000 psi coming out of that. A Tucker pole is very thin hose. It will blast that hose no problem. It's not made for high pressure at all. So the C1000 is made for high pressure. It takes 2,000, 2,200 psi to run that. I run mine at 2,200 psi because I want my brush to spin a little faster and it cleans better. There's people out there that will use other pressure, 1,800 or 2,000, and they're perfectly fine with that. But to answer your question, JJG, no, can't do it. Carolyn says, hey, Ian, what's up there, Ian? I think he's from Las Vegas too, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay, and Abner says, thank you so much. I will, no problem. Just give us a call and what have you. If there's any questions that we missed, feel free to put it in the chat and keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. So,
Curtis.
What's up there, Curtis Robinson? Hello, Henry. Have you cleaned the new flat Tesla type of solar panels? And if you do, what did you have to do differently? Walk on them differently? I have worked on Tesla roofs. Okay. A lot of those are cosmetic. You can do a lot of damage if you don't know how to walk on these.
Can you explain what Tesla solar panels are?
Yeah, Tesla solar panels are embedded, and a lot of them you'll find the Tesla roofs are black, and even like the top and the sides, they're all cosmetic. And so there's people out here that are trying to do that and clean the solar panels, but I'm telling you right now, you better be charging a lot of money for solar panel cleaning, Tesla solar panels. I charged $1,500 on my last one, and I cleaned the whole roof. And that's what you have to explain to the customer. If you go to Tesla and Tesla wants to clean those, it's going to cost them a lot more than $1,500. I can guarantee you that. Because you have to clean the whole roof. If you only clean just the solar panels that are embedded, that's the only part that you're going to see that is clean, and the solar panels on the roof, all the cosmetics is all dirty, and it doesn't look good at all. So you want to make sure that you clean the whole roof when you go out there and do that, and do not pressure wash that roof whatsoever, because you can do a lot of damage. So you got to know what you're doing. And yes, I have cleaned Tesla's roofs, and I don't charge peanuts for it. I charge a lot of money. Stop the Sickness says, are you hiring? Possibly. We're getting more work and more work. So all you got to do is submit your resume, and let me take a look at it. And because our commercial accounts are coming in. We just called the other day for some commercial, for some carports and stuff.
Repeat customer.
Yeah, repeat customer for carports. So we're getting that ready, that set up. We have other people that are calling. We're putting in bids for, and we're talking 5,000, 10,000 solar panels. And summertime, it really starts to take off when it comes to that. JJG says, did you offer a tile roof cleaning service? I see some Spanish roofs in my area that have tons of muck. How would you clean them properly? That's not my business. That's not what I do. I leave that to the soft wash guys. The soft wash guys will put a chemical on that to kill the algae and so forth. You have pressure washer guys that are cleaning those roofs. I won't mess around with that. If there's any type of algae or black algae or moss or anything else like that, I won't even attempt to do that. I get the soft wash guys out there to do that. Jonathan Rosario says, how many feet of hose do you recommend to get, especially for tall commercial businesses? Well, on my skid itself, it's 300 feet of hose. I have an additional 300 feet of hose that I can take up to commercial buildings, and I have a total of 600 feet that I actually use to clean on rooftops. That's almost, it's a long way with 600 feet of hose. The longer the hose, the less pressure is going to be at the end of that hose. So you got to be really, really careful of how long that you want to have that hose out there. But I have 600 feet of hose. 300 feet is detachable, where I could just take that up and no problem.
If you do get a commercial account, you always want to be available when they ask you, when can you come to look at our solar panels?
Because they'll hire somebody else in a heartbeat. They will definitely hire. If you're not available and somebody else beats you to it, then you can lose that particular account.
You want to do a walkthrough because you want to know where your water source is at.
Very good.
Right.
Very, very good.
What else do you have to look for?
There's a lot of things that you have to look for. We just went to one where we had to be certified in hydrogen because they have hydrogen tanks up there, and we had to be certified for hydrogen. So we have to go get certified for hydrogen test for safety, and before we can go out there and clean those panels. And those were a little over 5,000 solar panels and so forth. So that's what they were asking for. It was in-house, so we're able to do the certification in-house, and that's the only certification that they were asking for.
Right. And you need to know if you have to rent a boom lift or something or other if you're doing carports.
Well, that's totally different. But if it's carports, yeah, you definitely want to be able to take a look at all the carports. You gotta have the right equipment to go out there and do that. And one of the things that these companies will do is they will take a look at all your equipment. They would make sure that you have workman's comp. They will make sure that you are insured, general liability insurance, $2 million policy or more I suggest. $1 million policy on auto insurance, I suggest, if you plan on working for companies like Target, FedEx, UPS. There's a lot of requirements in order to do those type of jobs. I am a vendor for Target, and so it took me a year and a half just to become a vendor with all the experience and knowledge that I had. And I had put in for that company 3 years ago. And a year and a half ago, I was able to get my vendor number, and it took me 3 months to get my vendor number. So if they're going to call anybody for cleaning, I'm on the list. They give me a call, and we go out there and we clean. So that's the process. Don't jump into this business expecting to do commercial if you don't have the equipment. You jump in this business to do residential, learn, take baby steps before you go out there. Now, if you're going to be spending lots of money and buying lots of equipment, and that's what you want to do, go for it. But you better be experienced when it comes to cleaning, because if you don't, they'll get somebody else a lot cheaper, and that can do it a lot quicker. So this is why you take my course, because I teach you stuff like this. Hopefully that helps.
JJG.
Go ahead.
Oh, do you? So how many feet of hose do you recommend to get?
I said that.
Oh,
300 feet. 300 feet of hose. Michael Riddle. Thanks for all your advice and videos. I have officially started my own solar panel cleaning in New Jersey. Very, very good. I heard it was raining a lot in New Jersey.
Yeah. I don't know if it's raining now, but.
What's up there, Sam? Thank you for being a super duper fan, Sam. Appreciate you. I think JJ asked because you mentioned you have to do the whole roof with Tesla panels. I suggest that you do the whole roof, because if you do not do the whole roof, your solar panels are going to look clean and the rest of the roof is going to look like crap. And the customer is not going to be happy, because most of the time those the roofs on those things have not been cleaned at all, and they become very, very slippery. They become if there's a good tilt on those roofs, don't fall on them, because if you fall, you will damage the roof itself. People pay in the neighborhood of $50,000 and above for that whole roof and the solar panels. So you have to charge. If you're charging less than $1,000, you are doing a disservice to yourself, because it's a lot of work. I'm in the neighborhood of $1,500. Tesla's in the neighborhood of almost double that. So they can go with Tesla. They can call Tesla and they can get a price on cleaning everything, and it's going to be a lot of money for them. That's why they give us a call, because they know we're cheaper when it comes to that. Not that cheap that we're sitting here and going, we're going to be here for 4 hours cleaning solar panels and the roof, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Appreciate it, Sam. No problem. Do you inspect every single solar panel when it comes to commercial? Yes, you better. You better be inspecting every single one of those solar panels for cracks, bullet holes, people throwing rocks, breaking glass. Yes, because they want a report before and after. So let me explain to you what we do when we do commercial. We will go up there with the boom lift if it's a carport, and we will check every single panel up on top first, take a look at it, see if there's anything visible. And if there's nothing visible, we will let the customer know. We will take pictures. And then from that point, if we are cleaning them and all of a sudden we find it shattered or broken, we are reporting it and letting the customer know, or our direct person know that we found some broken panels. And a lot of times we explain to them that we're not going to find shattered glass if it's really, really dirty. So after we clean them, That's usually when we find them, and that's usually what happens. So you want to make sure you let that particular person know, and that way they expect it. So if there's any broken or shattered glass, they come out and they replace it. So yeah, and this is part of my training, but guys, by the way, great questions.
Sam says thanks for the response.
Yeah, no worries.
JJG, have you ever quit or denied a job because the pitch was too steep?
I never quit. That's one thing I don't do. I don't quit. If I feel that there's a safety issue and it's too steep, I just tell them no. I'm not going to clean them. Get somebody else. You can always say no, JJG. You don't have to take every single job. And that's what these guys are doing. These guys are going out there and taking all these jobs because they're starving for money. They're starving for a job, starving to clean solar panels. And if you go out there and you take a job and it's very steep and you don't have safety equipment, or you feel that you know you can't get up there safely, don't do it. There's things out there, tools out there that you can use. You got the pitch that you can use for really steep um, roofs. People, I've seen guys use that to get up there and clean. There's guys that go out and clean them from the ground with a 39-foot pole. There's other ways of doing that. And there's also saying, no, I can't clean them. It's just not safe for me to do. And if you want to, make sure that you going to go home at night, don't do a job that you shouldn't be doing. All right. Yeah, exactly why I asked. Thanks, Sam. No problem.
Stop the sickness.
Stop the sickness.
Do you charge per panel?
Nope. That's all I'm going to say. No, I don't. I don't charge per panel for residential. For commercial, yes, I charge per panel. And I'm not telling you guys what I charge per panel because I lose a lot of jobs if I did that. If you're taking my course, I tell you what you should be starting out with when you're bidding on commercial jobs, residential. I tell you that. Carports, rooftops, you name it. Solar farms, what you should be charging. Take my course and you get that information directly from me right here on Zoom. And this is how I go out and I talk to you one-on-one. And I don't put this stuff down on paper. You do when you're writing notes. And I will go over it many, many times with you and tell you what you should be charging to get the bids, to be winning the bids. That's the thing. You got to win the bids. There's a lot. When a commercial company calls you, and they will, trust me, if you're in the solar panel cleaning business, they're going to call you and say, can you put in a bid for this big company? We'll say Amazon. Amazon calls you and says, can you put in a bid for 5,000 solar panels? What are you going to charge? What are you going to charge? What are you going to tell them? Because you got to put everything in writing. And once you do that, what's going to make you money? What's not going to make you money? And this is where we go out there and teach people this stuff. And I have got lots of bids, and I know the price point that they're going to go for. But at the same time, I don't sit there and say, I'm gonna do it for 20 cents per panel. Can't make no money that way. I'm a lot more than that. But I do show my past. I do show my past commercial accounts, what I've done, pictures, bids, all that to these guys, and we usually get them. So great question, by the way.
Jonathan Rosario. The jobs I don't want to do, I usually give them a crazy estimate. Usually they don't respond back, or sometimes they want the service.
Yeah, and guess what? If they want the service and you throw out a crazy bid, it could be done, guys. I have put out bids for $30,000 and got them for window cleaning. Took me 2 weeks, but I charged $30,000 to clean windows, 3 stories. You remember that?
I don't know if he's talking about commercial or
No, no,
residential.
I'm just explaining.
Oh,
I'm just explaining.
okay.
So, so, but I charge as much as $30,000 for the cleaning, solar panel cleaning, over $20,000 on bids for commercial, and got them. So you got to throw everything in there. You got to throw all expenses in there. You're spending the night somewhere, travel expenses, fuel. What's it going to cost you to fill up a boom lift? How long are you going to take that boom lift for? You can take it for a week, take it for a couple of days. How long is it going to take you to do that job? And so, yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
Paint and panels pro cleaning. How much is the course? How do we sign up?
I don't tell people how much the course is on YouTube.
Give Henry a call.
Call me. We'll have a one-on-one talk, and because let me explain the course to you. The course is everything that you want to learn. If you want to get into this business, and you said, Henry, Susan, I just wanted to get commercial. We focus on the course, just commercial. Henry, Susan, I want to focus in on industrial, solar farms, all that. We focus in on all that. Now, if you turn around and said, I want to focus in on all three, it's all the same price. There's only one price, and that's it. And I don't charge any more, any less, because I give you 20 hours of Zoom, and we go over what you need to go over. If you're brand new to this business, and we've been getting quite a few people that have bought the course, and we're out training them, and they're basically brand new. They don't have a name. They don't have no equipment.
Not out training them.
No. We're talking a Zoom.
Make sure you specify Zoom.
Yes. I do not do one-on-one trainings anymore.
Ride-alongs.
Ride-alongs. I don't do that anymore. So don't ask. I don't do that just because I'm super, super, super busy. And when I do, and people want to do a ride-along, it doesn't even come close to what I'm charging with the course itself. Okay. So.
Stop the sickness. No, his course is not in his video description. Give him a call.
No, give me a call. Stop the sickness. The number is right below you, 909-552-1381. Leave me a voicemail. You can text, you can shoot me an email, and go from there. Go ahead and go with the next question.
Michael Riddle, what's the best time to call? Honestly, I would like your help getting a Google My Business set up the right way the first time.
Yeah, I mean, and you're smart by saying that, because that's what we need to do. If you don't have a Google My Business, and you go into it, and then you go out there and you make any type of changes on those, they could shut you down in a heartbeat. And it's happened to a lot of people where they go out, they do a Google My Business, and then they make one little change on it. And that one little change shuts their thing down. And you do not get shut down for days. You get shut down for weeks and months. And sometimes they don't even put it back up or activate it. We have one person that had 40 reviews, made some changes, and when they made the change, they shut him down, and he couldn't get it back.
So he had to recreate a new one.
So he had to recreate a brand new one.
Lost all his reviews.
Lost all his reviews, everything. And this is what I'm going to teach you and show you. We've had a Google My Business for 3 years, never been shut down at all. And it's just a matter of putting in everything correctly the first time.
And when you leave Henry a message, whether by phone, by email, make sure you give him your name, your address, your email, phone number, everything.
Yeah, I just sent the info at SoCalSolarPanelWashing.com. You could send me an email there and give me your contact information. I'll call you back, and then I will send you. This is the way it works, guys. If you want to take my course, contact me. I need to figure out where you're at, what you're doing, if you started, if you haven't started. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an invoice. As soon as you pay that invoice, it's covered, it's done, we get to work. And it just depends how much hours you want. You want to do 4 hours, 6 hours in a week? I don't have a problem doing that. So if you want to do 1 hour in a week and spread it out, totally up to you. I'm very flexible when it comes to that.
JJG. I plan to eventually upgrade to a C1000 or a Rasenstein brush, but I'm in between which one to get. Have you had any issues with the plastic trainee on the C1000?
Oh my God. Hold on one second. Look, the C1000, my C1000s work great. I had a problem where I had to replace the transmission, and that was because of human error. My guys slammed the brush onto the solar panels, and what it did basically is broke the gears on the inside. Now, the C1000 Solitech actually upgraded the transmission, and it's coming out. As a matter of fact,
Actually, this month.
this
Yeah.
month it's coming out. We got an email on it. It's coming out. They have a brand new transmission that they did, and when they used the other one, it wasn't a soft plastic. It wasn't. It's a very, very hard plastic that they use in Germany. There was no problems with it. And all I can say is if you damage it, it could become very, very expensive. That's with anything. Now, they fixed that. They fixed a lot of that because they heard us. They heard what we had to say. And they went ahead, went back to the drawing board. And now they have a brand new transmission that is out. And
Henry will try to get more information.
I'll try to get more information on that. I sell the C1000s. So, I have different packages and everything for the C1000. I sell the bird mesh. I sell the robots, the F1 robots. I sell all that. So, I have all that information. So just contact me. It just depends which ones you want to use. If you want to use a Rasenstein brush and that's in your budget, go for it. If you want to use the C1000 and that's in your budget, go for it. I can tell you right now, the C1000 is more expensive than the Rasenstein brush, period. But you get what you pay for, and that's all I have to say is I love that. I use only the C1000. I do not use the Rasenstein brush. I have 2 C1000s, and I'm thinking about purchasing another one just to have it. So for me, C1000 all the way. I have the Solitech brush that I use. I have the 18-inch and the 23-inch Solitech brush with 500 PSIs coming out of there to clean the smaller panels, windows, and so forth. So, you can take a look and do your research. And if you want if you want the Rasenstein brush and you feel that that's for you, then go for it. Everybody has their preference. So, what have you?
How so 86. Hi guys, I have set up my Google business account a couple months ago and I'm moving house soon, so we'll need to change the address. Any advice?
Good luck. If you got to go through the verification process all over again, you might have to. Hopefully you get the right person when you switch that out, because if you switch out the address and you switch all that out, you probably are going to lose it unless you can verify it. And you're going to have to go through the verification process again. I can tell you that right now. So JJG says, when people buy the C1000 kits or Rasenstein brush with the skid, are you guys financing this stuff or buying it full with cash? No. The C1000, you got to buy up front. Okay, this stuff comes from Germany. Okay, and so you can try to finance it. We do financing, so that's not a problem now. But before, you couldn't finance it. You have to either have a money order or what have you. Now it's a little different. uh, they went ahead and they are able to find financing for that. But if you decide to go with a Racenstein brush or what have you, or a C1000, I would be paying cash for it. Because if you go through a finance company, you're gonna pay for that brush.
Or pay credit card on Racenstein.
You can use a credit card. That'd probably be better too. And I use credit card, money order, and the best thing for me is credit card. If you want to try to, have a credit card with zero financing, maybe for a year just to pay it off, no problem, go that route. I don't suggest financing whatsoever, because there's a lot of sharks out here that are going to get you in finance fees, and before you know it, you're paying double or triple of that particular brush instead of paying cash for it. So,
Oh, Jonathan Rosario, is the C1000 heavier than the J Racenstein?
who?
Jonathan Rosario.
Oh, Jonathan. The C1000 heavier? No, it's about the same. The pole is a little heavier, but that's if you're using a telescopic pole. If you are using the modulars, which are fiber, those are 3 ounces each. So with 4 sectionals, it's less than a pound with 4 sectionals.
Henry has videos out there on how he uses the sectionals.
Yeah, you want to use the sectionals for small solar farms. That's awesome for those. You don't want to use the heavier one. It's about 7 to 8 pounds. But the Racenstein brush is the same thing too. With the brush and all that together, it's, I don't know if it's lighter or heavier. I haven't compared it, so I don't know. I've heard people talk, but I've used my C1000, and if I want to clean 5,000 solar panels, I'm not using my telescopic pole unless I really, really have to. If I got to go 30 feet out, 35 feet out, then no problem. But I have 6 of the modular poles, and I can connect 6 of those, and it's probably in a good 2.5 pounds, maybe, if that, after everything is said and done. So just depends what you're looking for. But there are ways around getting that C1000 a lot lighter by using the fiber poles. And those are super light, 3 ounces each. So you connect 2 together, you got 6 ounces. You can put it on my hand and just no problem at all. So
JJG, I'm still pretty new to this business stuff. I know things can be financed with business credit card, but not sure if it's the right thing to do.
that's your choice, JJG. That's your choice. You figure out how you're going to support your business. Look, I got an SBA loan, and I was able to get an SBA loan for 30 years. So I was able to pay all my stuff off in 30 years by getting an SBA loan. But you got to be in business for a while. And I was in business for over 2 years before I applied, and I was able to get it. There are guys out here that call me every single day. How would you like financing? You're going to have to prove to the financiers that you can make in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $15,000 a month in your business. If you're able to do that, they'll be able to finance you, no problem. Okay.
Now we spoke to somebody, one of a solar panel cleaner in Florida, and he calculated what all his equipment came out to. And what did he say it was? About 30,000?
Yeah, you're looking, if you're starting this business and you're trying to start it with a $15,000 budget, you're sadly mistaken. All this stuff adds up, and it adds up a lot, whether it's your vehicle, whether it's your insurance, whether it's your marketing, whether it's your equipment, whether it's your rentals. There's a lot of stuff that comes into to this. So, you just have to know what to do and how to do it. And if you can do that, then it makes your business a lot easier. This is why I do my course. And this is why I do one-on-one, because every person is different. And I need to know what you're at, where you're at, how you want to pursue it. And this is how I train you. Okay?
Mazda Speed 951. My name is Chris, and I'm hoping to talk a little about bird proofing. Henry, great podcast, by the way. He's the one that called that I was talking to.
Oh, okay.
So I told him to give you a call.
Just give me a call, and we can discuss bird proofing. That's a whole different service when it comes to solar panel cleaning. It is huge here in LA. He's from LA.
Yes,
There's a lot of people doing it, and so we were just in Beaumont this morning, so we took one of your jobs. Sorry.
What? I'll explain later.
I'll explain later.
Yeah.
But no, there's plenty of work everywhere. Man, there's a lot of you guys on here right now. So thank you very much. Thanks for the questions, by the way. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. That helps us out a lot. And Susan and I can sit here and answer your questions and be on for 4 hours, but we're not. So, but we're going to try to answer as many questions as we possibly can. There is a lot of brand new people here that I see out here. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and that way it lets you know when we do come on, because I'm posting videos all the time. And I have so many videos that I still have uploaded that I still got to go out there and put. So I'm using it. I'm putting them on TikTok, putting them on Instagram, and also putting them on YouTube to educate the customer and educate the solar panel cleaner at the same time. But great questions, by the way.
Our customer today in Beaumont asked me if I get on the roof, and I told him I do.
Yes.
I get on the roof.
She was on the roof today.
I was on the roof today, and Henry makes sure that I'm safe. And if he doesn't feel like it's safe enough for me to get up there, then I'll just stay on the bottom and just make sure he has water in the tanks and has enough water to clean the panels.
I would rather have her on the ground checking out everything else like that and so forth. It's just safer for me just to go out there and do that, especially for bird proofing. You could slip. There's a lot of things that
but sometimes I do good up there and I help him.
But she got work. She has work boots. So I was really impressed by that. I was like, here you go.
And I'll do the videos. So if you see some videos out there, I do that. He edits them, but I do the videos up
my
there.
Cameraman
I take pictures.
My cameraman is everything. The camera woman right there. So if she screwed up, let her know. All right. Modern addiction. Hey guys, do you collect the payment on residential before or after service? Have you ever had someone not pay? Yes.
And it took us 2 weeks to get the money.
And guess what?
I can be very persistent, and I will call them till I'm blue in the face to get the money, or I will go to their house.
Most customers will pay. No problem.
There's just one.
There may be one out there, two out there. And the guy that actually stiffed us was a solar panel installer that was going out there and giving business to us. And he was the one that did it. It took him 2 weeks, and I still didn't get all my money. And he paid in payments, which we don't do. So the answer to your question is 99% of the time we collect after we clean the solar panels. We have all their information. We have their email, their text. We call the customers before we go there to make sure if there's any type of suspicion whatsoever, if something just doesn't sound right, then we'll probably collect before or have a credit card on file. There are guys out here that are doing some shady shit. And I don't mean to say that, but there is a lot of guys out here that are trying to collect money for 4-time cleanings,
Oh yeah.
3-time cleanings.
3-time
They're
cleaning.
collecting for the whole year.
We don't like to do that.
That is a big no-no. What happens if that person dies tomorrow? They'll never get the service, right? So
There's people out there that are on a budget, and you don't want to scare them away by telling them to pay for the whole year.
what did the lady ask today? When we got done, a lady had asked, she was a senior. What did she ask?
Oh, if we give a senior discount.
She asked if we give a senior discount. I said, I am a senior. That was my answer.
I'm not.
What's up there, AM Pressure Washing? No worries. We got you.
What's up, Mark?
Been out of town testing the new Azusu all electric
Can't wait to hear
equipment.
about your trip up to where you went the other day.
Pressure
the other night.
washing truck. Michael Riddle. Mark, thank you so much for the skid. It should be arriving on Thursday. Awesome. There you go. Need a skid? Talk to Mark. Tell him Henry sent you if you came from me, so he knows that you heard it from me.
And
Okay.
Mark sells the Racenstein brush.
And he sells the Racenstein brush. So if you're interested in a Racenstein brush, talk to Mark about it. He will help you out. All right. Protect your bag. Is it necessary to get on the roof to clean solar panels, or can you do it from a ladder? Protect your bag. I'm going to tell you this.
Yes, and first he has done it from the ground, and
Yep.
tell us why.
Huh?
He have done it from the ground on that one house, the garage.
Oh, well, it was a garage. It was a detached garage, and the panels were like this, and there was nothing in between for me to walk. So I had to literally do it, clean the panels from the ground itself. But
Normally, you have to get a home
normally, I suggest you don't do solar panel cleaning from a ladder. Anything can happen. You can fall off that ladder. You can lose your balance. If you can get up on the pitch of the roof and clean solar panels from there, do it. 99% of the time, that's what I do, is I go out there and clean from the top. I don't suggest doing it from a ladder at all. There are guys out there that will do it from a ladder because they're scared to get up on the roof and what have you. If you're scared to do that, don't get into this business, because there's a lot of roofs that you're going to be jumping on, that different types of roofs, and you're going to have to do it one way or another, or you can simply say, no, it's not for me. Give it to the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Spotless Solar Experts, we need them. We need them videos, Mark. No problem. They're coming. Protect Your Bag says, thank you very much. No problem. All right, guys. There's quite a few of you guys on there right now. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. We really appreciate you guys coming on. And we are not going to be doing our podcast next week. Just because 4th of July on Tuesday, we're going to be enjoying ourselves and so forth. And with that being said, thank you guys for the thumbs up. We really appreciate that. If you haven't liked the video, smash that like button. We appreciate every single one of you. We've been on for an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. And thank you guys for all the questions. Thank every single one of you guys for coming on. We really appreciate that. And Boom Boom Mahia says, hello, late but going to watch the replay. Please do. Boom Boom.
We forgot one. Anyone here using Jobber?
Oh, JJG.
Funny.
Yeah, anyone here using Jobber, I heard it's good for service-based business. it could be very, very expensive. But yeah, I mean, you can try it. You can use it. We use QuickBooks. We like QuickBooks. We can charge right there, and we can, literally charge a customer. Susan does it all the time. She actually collects the money and runs everything through her phone. And
We did have a customer that was going to pay us cash, but we weren't able to go over there to collect the cash because we went to the job and the gentleman wasn't there because he was at work, but he wanted to pay us by cash. I said, well, we can come back the next day and pick it up. And things happened and we weren't able to. So he asked if he could pay, if we could send him an
pay
invoice.
by credit card. Yeah. So
invoice.
so we sent him a QuickBooks invoice, and he paid it through QuickBooks. Now, JJG's does QuickBooks accept credit cards? Yes, they do. We actually use a merchant service that we use, and it's very low as far as the transactions are concerned, close to 2%. So we use that, and that worked out really well for us. And it took a lot for us just to get to that merchant, get approved, and everything else. But we run everything through QuickBooks. Usually, when that money comes in, it's only like a day or so for credit cards transactions, and it's in our bank. It's in the bank. It's in the account. So yeah, it's a good thing to have. So still learning on that. Mark has helped us out with that, with QuickBooks and stuff. So what have you. There's a new guy here, Glenn Latchman Singh. Latchman Singh. What made you choose to open a solar panel cleaning company? That could be an hour just on doing that. So I went to Australia for 3 months. I'm just going to do this very quickly, Glenn.
Good night, Mark.
Oh, good night, guys. Mark has his podcast tomorrow at 3:00. If any of you guys are interested, tune into his podcast tomorrow at 3:00, and he should be on. So good night, Mark. Hopefully it's all good, and you get some rest. Glenn, back to your question. What made you choose to open a solar panel cleaning company? I opened my solar panel cleaning company 3 years ago. I did a search here in Los Angeles for solar panel cleaners near me. Not one person came up for solar panel cleaning. They were window washers and pressure washer guys. So I named my company SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company. I put in the major keywords in there so people can find me. Before I even opened my Google My Business page and got approved for that, as soon as I got approved, as soon as I got the letter and it got approved, my phone started ringing. My vehicle wasn't even wrapped yet. But to make a long story short, I traveled to Queensland, Australia, and there was guys out there cleaning solar panels. So I decided to go out and take a look at them and ask them, and if getting into solar was profitable. It wasn't until somebody actually told me, don't get into solar, get into the cleaning aspect of it. If you can get into the cleaning aspect of it, that's the future. And I said, okay. So I did that. And once I did that, I came directly back to LAX, got on my computer as soon as I got home. I did that search. And before I knew it, there was nobody doing it. Today, there are more than 60 people in my area that are doing solar panel cleaning. Over 60. So I have a lot of competition now, which I don't mind because I have a lot of great reviews. I get a lot of people calling me. Our phones are always ringing, especially now. We're getting tons and tons of work. We're 2 weeks out right now. And they just call every single day, and we just book. So if you are going to get into the solar panel cleaning business, Glenn, and you're serious about it, take my course. My course is one-on-one with you through Zoom, 20 hours, and I will teach you everything I know for a very low price. And I mean, there's guys out there that are charging $10,000, $5,000 for training. I charge way less than that. But I got a lot of people that are coming into the course now, a lot of people that are paying for it. So if you're interested, feel free to give me a call and then or email me, and I will go ahead and I will call you, or you can call me. And if you're interested, we'll send you an invoice. As soon as you pay that invoice, we get down to business.
Mm-hmm.
That song, we'll get down, we get down, we get down to business, or we'll get down to
I
business.
think the sun got to his head.
Yeah, little fried. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Once again, I'll try to make it next week sometime after 4th of July. Try to get back on and try to go live again. Okay. We are live every Tuesday night except for next week, but watch our videos, subscribe, and with that being said,
everyone have a safe 4th of July.
have a good 4th of July. Love the hearts. I don't know how that happened, but love the hearts.
There's an option to.
Oh, there's an option for hearts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, everybody smash the hearts, because I've never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen that on this. I didn't know there was a heart section for that.
You're getting all the
JJ, now I'm getting all the hearts and the smiles and the, oh shoot. I learned something new every single day. Emojis too. Wow. Thank you guys for chiming in. Once again, see you guys on the next podcast. You guys have a safe 4th of July weekend. And
enjoy the fireworks.
Let's get to work and let's start cleaning some solar panels. And for those of you that need your solar panels cleaned, give us a call and let's book you and get those solar panels cleaned so you can start producing energy again. With that being said, thank you from Susan and I, and we will catch you guys after the 4th of July. You guys have a good one. See you guys. Peace.